Our model's hair has been washed, retwisted, and oiled, and I'm going to be putting her locks into a style which I call the bun. I'm beginning by pulling her locks into a ponytail, and I'm not doing a center ponytail. I want to give this very conservative look a little bit of flair. So I'm going to do the ponytail slightly off-centered, sitting a little bit more on the right side of her head. Once I have all her locks up to the desired area of her head in a ponytail, you have to have a really good grip with this style because most people have a lot of locks, and so you want to make sure you can grab it pretty well. I'm using a large, not just a rubber band, but a scrunchie, which has a pretty good tension and will be able to stretch to support her locks that are up. If any fall out as you pull it up, that's okay. You can tuck them back in afterwards. But you want to keep that tension and make sure that you are able to get all the locks in. If your scrunchie is able to go twice, then loop it again and take it over twice. If it doesn't go all the way across twice, then just section the ponytail into two and pull the second half that you can get through it. Now, a rubber band will definitely not stretch quite this much, so you want to make sure you're using something stronger than a rubber band. Make sure that your ponytail is as smooth and secure as possible. Even the short locks, as long as they can reach up to the center, make sure that you get them in there and pull them through so that your finish is nice and smooth. Begin from approximately where you have the almost two ponytails, because you now have two sections that are split. Begin from your left side. Pulling the locks on the outside of the ponytail, kind of stretching them over so that you create a center point in the middle of the ponytail, and you begin to roll the locks outwards towards the front of her head. So you roll them. If you have any short ones like these, make sure that you stretch them out and roll them outward in a tight roll, almost like a French roll. But you want to make sure that you pull those locks not super tight where your model's head hurts, but you want to make sure that they're stretched and tucked as neatly as possible. As I twist, I'm rolling and taking the locks around in a semicircle, coming in a kind of clockwise direction. And the key thing here is to roll tight and make sure you keep your tension. This look is excellent for your professionals as well as your party girls, but it's especially a professional look for those who don't like their locks hanging down, falling all over the place. This is also very dressy. If you have an after 5 event, some nice earrings and necklace, this look is really hot. Once again, you see here how much coloring your locks can make a difference between just being a boring hairstyle and a style that you could really sink your teeth into. Continuing my twist and roll, you see how smooth I have the bun that's been created because all the locks are pulled and stretched and they're being properly tucked. As we get towards the finish of the style, you want to make sure that you keep your ends rolled together and start to try to stretch your locks across the section that was already twisted and tucked. We're going to try to tuck the locks into that section. In the front. Once we have it mostly secured, we're going to go back with hairpins. And begin placing the pins. Our goal is to try to make sure that all the ends are neatly tucked in. And I'm going to take the lock from the bun and stretch it as far as I can, pinning into the base of the ponytail. And it's important that when you start putting your pins, you start from the front where the rest of the lock tips have been brought to. So once you secure that, you can continue securing the rest of them. Doing here with the pins is using them to connect the top part of the bun to the base, so we don't have any unraveling and we don't have any lock ends sticking out. You want to get your pins in as close to the base as possible, making sure that when you put them in, you're not stabbing. You're not applying the pins in a stabbing motion downwards. They're going slightly down and slanting in.